Hi, a little interlude here just to point out that things don't always go as smoothly as they seem to when you're making a video. And obviously when I make videos like this, I edit out a lot of dead space in between, a lot of the bits where I'm sort of shuffling in the parts tray for a part and that kind of thing, or when I decide it's time to take a break and go for a cuppa. But you'll notice that I have been wrestling with this rocker bar system here, and I knew that something was amiss with it. Now, first and foremost, I realised that I had put one of the cogs in erroneously because the hand setting wasn't working. So I rectified that by removing the centre plate and placing the cog where it should go on here. And the rocker bar still wasn't working. And then it became apparent that there's a bushing which is actually missing from this larger intermediate gear, and I thought it looked that way, but I didn't remember taking one off when I stripped the movement. And then it suddenly occurred to me there's a reason I didn't remember taking one off when I serviced the movement, and that was because it was glued on with the treacle-like lubricant that was on there. And racking my brains and checking, I checked the cleaning machine, all of the jars in the cleaning machine, I checked all around my bench, I swept the floor with a magnet, checked all of that to try and find it, and then, light bulb moment, it suddenly occurred to me, I know where it will be, and where it is in here. This is a jar of naphtha. Once upon a time I used to clean by hand with naphtha before I discovered the joys of cleaning machines, and I always keep a jar of naphtha handy for particularly grungy movements. So like this one, for example, you often get, especially with vintage watches, and especially with ones that have been bashed around a drawer with no case back on for a while, that kind of thing, you get some really, really filthy watches. So I always give them a pre-clean by hand in naphtha in a large jar, like this one here. So, which I keep in a separate cupboard, having suddenly occurred to me that I'd cleaned the main plate with a toothbrush and naphtha. I then dashed to the cupboard and pulled it out, and sure enough, and much to my thankfulness, here at the bottom of this grotty, mucky mess, which you probably can't see at the moment, is the offending little, whoops, let's get that in focus for you, the little bushing or collar. This kind of thing people will be aware with. You see it often, and it will be in the middle of a, for example, in the middle of a column wheel on a chronograph, in the middle of a crown wheel on a winding system, that kind of thing. But there it is. That's why this wasn't behaving itself, why it wasn't going to plan. But it just goes to show that things can be missed, and I just wanted to point out that, you know, these things do happen, and it's not always as straightforward and easy as it looks on a video that you edit. There we go. So now, oh yeah, can tell the difference straight away, and you can see there we've now got hand setting, and we've now got nice smooth winding. So what I'm going to do next is give you a close-up as I did during the disassembly, so you can see the difference in the components after a good clean. So here's the completed watch, recased with its index ring and the hands, as you can see there, the second hand sweeping around gracefully on this high beat 28,800 VPH movement. The hour hand you can't see at the moment because that's right underneath the minute hand, but it is there. And looking really lovely and clean. And I've got to say, with this cleaned up, and the new crystal, replacement crystal, which is nice and clear, this really does gleam. It's a lovely looking thing, very nice indeed, very nicely built movement, excellent operation. The positional variation on this is superb. It ticks away really nicely in all orientations. A beautiful straight line with next to no deviation or beat error at all. So I'll just show a quick clip of the time grapher readings, and this one is ready to be packaged up after it's been sitting on tests, it's ready to be packaged up and head back to grace the wrist of its owner. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Here's the watch on the time grapher, dial up currently, and the lift angle I've set to 54. I couldn't find the exact one. It's either 54 or 55 or somewhere around there. So I've erred on the lower side, and we're getting a nice amplitude, a nice straight trace. Dial down, try and get the glare off the screen there. Pendant down. Pendant right. Pendant up. Which is the only place we get a very slight deviation. And pendant left. So overall, very pleased with that. Very good positional variation and a really nice running movement.